Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to open up this box that came in the mail on Friday. It is now Sunday. I have been wanting to open this for quite some time, but I've been so busy. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to. So, for those of you that follow me on Facebook, the Plants and Things page, or the Plants and Things What's Growing page, or even now Instagram. I'm working on Instagram now. Probably saw this box and was wondering what the heck is in it. Well, the good folks at greenstalkgarden.com sent this to me. They sent me an email asking me if I'd like to try this product, and I said I would love to. This is a vertical garden, and it's meant for vegetable gardens, but let your imagination run wild, because you can really use it for anything. It's designed for outside, but potentially if you have a nice sized drip tray, you could potentially use it inside. Who knows? You could grow your vegetables in it. You could grow flowers. I'm not going to say orchids, because orchids would be a little bit hard, but cactus succulents, any of your trailing stuff, just let your imagination run wild. I am going to be growing vegetables in it the first year, and as well as some flowers, because I've got to have something pretty. So yeah, anyway, without further ado, let's just open this thing up. I want to see what's in it. I'm sure you want to see what's in it, and yeah, let's just get to it. So, it's made in the USA, so it's quality product. Not saying that everywhere else doesn't have quality products, but it's nice to have things that are made relatively local. I'm in Canada, so it's not local to me, but it's not so bad. So anyway, inside here is the growing system. Let me see here. Let's pull it out. It's huge! It's got a nice handle, easy to carry. And yeah, I got it in brown. This is maple, I forget what it's called, but I believe that there's actual wood fibers inside. This plastic is UV resistant, so it won't fade or break down over time. So that's a very positive thing, because I don't know if you realize, but usually with a lot of plastic materials, when they're exposed to the UV light for long periods of time, they will get very brittle. So this is UV resistant, so it's going to last a lot longer than other types of plastic. Another feature that this has is they're really, really, really deep. They're almost 11 inches deep. So you could grow things like carrots in there with ease. You could grow potentially even potatoes, because it's got a nice deep base, and there's more space inside than other stackable gardens. This one also touts a automatic watering system. So we'll show you that. We'll open this up and we'll look at it, and we won't be able to try growing anything with it at this time, but in the springtime we'll add soil to it and some plants. Really excited to try that out. So let's take all this stuff out. Another thing that I got, this is extra. Again, go to their website. It's greenstalk.com or greenstalkgarden.com. I'll post a link down in the comments section below, or in the section below. I don't even know what it's called anymore. So that you could go and read about the product, see what they're growing in the product. There's two different types. There is a 5-tier and there is a 3-tier system. The 5-tier is about 5 feet tall when it's all put together. So for somebody of my height, about 6'6", it's maximum use of the space. But if you are a shorter person, maybe the 3-tier, or potentially even buying 2 sets and having 4-tier would be a benefit to you. The sets run in price for about $150 to $180. It seems rather steep, but because it's such a unique, well, I wouldn't say unique, but the depth of it is unique. Gardening system for vegetables. If you have a small patio, this is perfect. Or just a small space in general. So let's just open this up. I asked for a spinner. It's an extra option, but The spinner is basically a lazy Susan for it. And for those of you who are balcony gardeners, you'll know that usually one side of your plant system is in the shade. But the spinner will allow you to spin it so that every day you can rotate it so that you get more light to the whole amount of plant material. So that is a huge benefit. If you have just a big patio and it's all full sun all the time, you don't need to worry about buying the spinner. The spinner is about $30. And again, it's an additional add-on item. But I think that for everybody, well, not everybody, like I said, but to be able to spin your plant so that if you're sitting there, if it's on your patio, and you could just sit there and spin the plant like a seed rack in a garden center, you could just spin it and grab what you want and then leave it. So you can harvest some beans and not even get off your chair. You could just spin it around. What do you have now? Or even your herbs. Maybe you want some mint for a drink. I don't know. I don't judge. So anyway, let's get in here and see what this spinner looks like. Let's bring it up here. Bill, you got way too much knife out here. What are you trying to do? Cut off your arm? I would have believed so. Okay. Here is the spinner. Another reason why I wanted the spinner was because they told me that it had a lip. So this is like a drip tray. So the way that the system works is you're going to put water in the top of the system, and there's little holes in the system that allow it to drip down into the soil below. And then there's a hole in the center, so any excess water will drip down through the hole and then fill up the reservoir below, and the system continues down the line. So eventually, when you get down to the last one, when that reservoir fills up, it's going to run out the bottom. So if you are on a patio, like in a condo or something, you don't want to have all that water dripping down for your neighbor. Maybe you do, I don't know, but I don't. So having something with a drip tray would be fantastic. This might not be deep enough, but I can always add another large drip tray in the bottom. Maybe a pot or something that doesn't have any drainage holes. But I still want to utilize the Lazy Susan so that I'm able to spin the plant around to harvest what I want to harvest, or to allow light to get to all sides of the device. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to use that. Even if I don't use it for the Greenstalk, the Greenstalk garden system, I will use it for other plant material at some point. I will probably use it for this though. So anyway, let's open this up and see what's inside. Okay, so let's cut this plastic. This knife needs to get fixed. Okay, so what we have here, this is the main water reservoir. So as you can probably see, I don't know whether you can, but in amongst here there are little holes right around here. So these will drip into the soil, and then this main hole, when it gets filled up past that hole, will drain down to the one below. And this is fantastic. I was watching different reviews on this product, and they say that it's best to have this product on a completely level surface. That way it will evenly drip through all of the holes, so you get an even moistening of the soil down below. If it's on any bit of an angle, then you might have a little bit of a problem where it's uneven wetting. However, as the plants grow, uneven wetting is not as bad, because the root development will go throughout the whole unit rather than just localized. So in time, as the season progresses, it doesn't matter so much, but when your plants are just developing and the roots are still small, you want to have even wetting. So another good reason to have this is because you can shim this up so that it's completely level, and then when you put your device on it, you don't have to worry about the water, the water movement. Oh, and they sent me a shirt. That's wonderful. I'll have to put this on when we start growing in the in the springtime. I'll have this shirt on every time I do a review of this product. Thank you so much. Let's actually open this up. What is it, hey? What does it say? What? Greenstalkgarden.com? So there we go. So whatever. I can't read this upside down and on an angle. So whatever you want, Greenstalkgarden.com. So they are showing vegetables here. Again, this is intended purpose of being a vegetable grower, but you can use it for whatever the heck you want. So anyway, these are the little watering discs that go between each layer, and these will trap the water and disperse it through the product. Here is a, I'll take a photo of this and post it right here, and it shows you how the water gets dispersed. Makes a lot of sense when you see how it works, and yeah, and then here are some brief examples of what you can do with it. Basically, you have them as tiers, and you can have them growing vegetables. You can grow things like cucumbers, tomatoes, flowers. I'm at a loss. Just anything you really want, because these are so massive. Look at how deep those are. That is perfect. On the bottom of each one has these clips. They're feet, but they clip into the one below. They snap in place. So anyway, what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a nice 5-tier system. We've got the water reservoir that sits right on the top. And then we have these devices that will disperse the water evenly throughout, as long as it's level. Will disperse the water evenly throughout the system. So anyway, let's get to stacking this up and see what it looks like. I would really like to see what it looks like before the springtime comes. You can smell it. There's wood in there. I can smell like a fresh cut wood. It's kind of nice, actually. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's start putting this thing together, and let's try on this shirt. Okay, so I'm in the shirt. It looks good. I enjoy it. I love green, so yeah. I'm just going through briefly the instructions, just so that you're aware. Sorry, there's glare coming in from the windows. Hopefully it doesn't hamper the viewing of this. So anyway, what you'll need. Shopping list. So the 5-tier has 30 planting sections. So they're considering each one of these a planting section. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 5, there's 35 tiers. So there's 30 planting sections. So you can actually plant more than one plant if they're small plants in a section. So then it also says choose your potting mix, and then the 3-tier uses 2.7 cubic feet. The 4-tier unit uses 3.6 cubic feet, and the 5-tier uses 4.5 cubic feet. So this one here, I'm going to need 4 or 5 bags of soil, small bags of soil. So just look on the bag, and it will tell you how much soil is in there, and then you can buy the appropriate amount. So you don't have a lot of leftover, or you'll have enough, because a lot of times I will buy soil and not have enough. Excuse me, and then the water, the 5-tier system, which is this one, to fill the reservoir, it actually takes 2.25 gallons at a time. That's pretty impressive. What else do we have in here? What you can grow. The Greenstalk can grow almost anything. Choose between vegetables, strawberries, flowers, or herbs to plant in each pocket. For vining plants, use household items such as twine or wire hangers to keep plants well staked. If you're growing smaller plants such as carrots or flowers, feel free to place more than one plant in each pocket. So, like I said, for smaller things, you can group things together. Just know that there's a lot of soil in here, so there's going to be a lot of space for root development. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. This is great for indoor plants as well. I love how much soil space there is. You're not going to have a pot-bound plant very quickly in this. Where to grow? Patios, greenhouses, gardens, indoor, balcony. Greenstalk uses just 2 square feet of space, so you can grow just about anywhere. If growing indoors or on a screened-in porch, place the Greenstalk on the spinner and rotate every few days to ensure every plant gets access to sunlight. For best results, place on a flat surface. Again, place on a flat surface so that you get even water distribution. Stack it up. It shows me how to do it. We're going to do that right now. Wow, there's some glare going on. I can feel the light. So anyway, like I said, there are clips on the bottom of each device, and there's this cone right here. This is basically, as the water filters down through the top, it creates like a cyclone effect, and then the cyclone effect will kind of stick to the sides of this thing, and then it gets down into here, and it will fill up the reservoir before it will go down to the next section. So let's put all these out. I'm not going to have enough space there on the camera. I'll have to move it back yet again when I get there. You'll understand in a second. So these are going to get staggered. Let's see if this is easy to do. The first one's always the hardest, I'm sure. I'm trying to line them up. Being that they're plastic, there's a little bit of give. Make sure that they're all in their right spot. Come on, Bill. There doesn't seem to be a click or anything like this. It'll be easier as well when there's soil involved because the weight will push things down. Okay, I think we got it. I'm gonna get the spinner and I'm putting it underneath. Ooh, it fits perfectly, as it should. Alright, now we're gonna get the next one. I'm not gonna say that it's difficult, but it's certainly taking a little bit of expertise to line these up. I'm also trying to do it quickly, which is probably not a good idea. Just best to take your time and work with it. Sounds like the spinner doesn't like to be on the carpet. Oh, it's not making that clicky noise anymore. Sometimes they do best with a little bit of weight on them. There, see? Okay. So if you bought the 3-tier set, this is how tall it would be. Let me stand up next to it. Here we go. Comes up to about my waist. That is a nice size. I think if you're going to go all out, I would at least do a 4-tier set. But this is great for kids. This is a perfect height for people to get into. Easy peasy. I really like the idea of having 5-tier or even 6. Again, you could buy more than one set and put it together and configure it however you like, however you're able to use it best. You're limited by your imagination. Okay. Oh, I'm not putting it together right. I'm all excited. We gotta put these in. These fit right on the cone. Right like that. So anyway, I'm gonna pause the video now and you're gonna see where I left off, but this time I'm gonna have these in place. Okay, so this thing is pretty well put together. It's huge. It comes up right up to my chest. So can you imagine if I was to grow tomatoes in the top of this device, and I was to do like a trellis or something, not a trellis, but some sort of I can't even think of it, a support structure up in the top, like an obelisk or something that I can tie the tomatoes to. A tomato cage. There's a good example. I would be reaching up to grab tomatoes off of it. How amazing is that? It's like having your own tomato tree. This is huge. So for an average person, having something as big as this might not be the best thing, but you know what? I think it's fun. And to on the spinner, this also has no no weight to it, so it's not spinning, and it's also on carpet. You can spin it around and grab what you need. Again, you can put tomatoes, tall stuff on the top, or you can have them down to the side and use twine to keep them attached. This goes in the top. This is the main water reservoir, and it will sit in there just like everything else did. And I want to bring you in a little bit closer, and I want to show you the inside of this device. Okay, so looking way up, way up, it is a massive structure. I really like it. I can't wait to use it. Again, up to your own imagination. You could do anything you want. You could do fall displays. You could put mums in there for the fall. You could do poinsettias for Christmas. You could do, oh my god, or even Thanksgiving, for goodness sake. So yeah, just imagination. Inside each of these tubs, you have the drainage holes. So you'll put the water in this device here, fill it up, and then the excess water will flow down through here, and then it will get caught up in this drip tray, and then it will water and distribute through everything else, and down it goes all the way down the system. This system has also drainage holes in the bottom of each unit, so if it fills up and the soil is saturated, it's going to run down and water the one below it, and then it will saturate and then water the one below it. The good thing also about this is because there's so much volume of soil, if you're in a hot climate in the middle of summer, you won't have to water it as often. You will need to water it, don't get me wrong, but because there's so much volume, it's not going to dry out as quickly as something that maybe is only 5 or 6 inches deep, where the majority of these tiered systems are probably about 6 or, let me get better lighting, maybe 6 or 7 inches deep, rather than this one. This one is 11 inches deep, or just under 11 inches deep. I think it's 5.75 inches from the bottom to the top here. So it's pretty amazing. It's pretty outstanding. I think it's an amazing product, and I really can't wait to start using it to grow in the spring. So anyway, stay tuned for more updates on this one. And yeah, happy growing, everyone. If you're using this Greenstalk vertical gardening system, please show me photos of it. I would love to see how it's growing for you. Maybe you have some tips, suggestions, and I don't know, just show me what you're growing. Even if it's not in a vertical growing system like this, maybe you have a vertical growing system of your own. Show me what's happening. Anyway, join me on Facebook, the Plants and Things What's Growing page, also the regular Plants and Things page. If you enjoyed this video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And again, stay tuned for more updates. There's lots to come. So anyway, I wanted to share with you that, and if you remember correctly, also the moss ball was full of a root system. So we're waiting and seeing if in time there will be baby